Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at people who ruined their lives in a few minutes. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. A guy got intoxicated at corporate holiday party and made out at the party consensual with his work wife, who was a one-rank subordinate. HR unimpressed with violation of zero tolerance policy, fired for cause. Actual wife unimpressed with excuses, filed for divorce. Wow! Literally lost his job and then lost his wife. That's crazy. Seriously, I hate the work wife, work husband culture. Like, what is that? So, like, you guys flirt at work and then after work, it's just like, we don't know each other. What the hell is that? She sold pills that she knew contained fentanyl to two people. The first one died. She found out, sold the same pills to another person. That person died. Boom, life in prison. The text between her dealer are what led to her arrest and exposed that she had full and complete knowledge that the pills would result in an overdose. Wow, so she killed two people and she literally had no remorse because she found out about the first person and she still continued to do it. Deserved life in prison. When I was in my early 20s, I worked as an energy worker in field service. One of my really close friends was someone who I was on calls with regularly. A project lead pressured both of us to work on equipment we weren't qualified or trained to work on, and we unfortunately relented. We were halfway done with the task and I walked out to the truck to grab water bottles. Halfway to the truck, I hear a giant buzz, then a huge bang, and then screaming. By the time I get back to the generator room, he's fully on fire. The cabinet had arc blasted and he had been right in the way. By the time I got a fire blanket from the truck, he was basically fully engulfed. I was able to put him out and get him into as much of a recovery position as I could, and then I called our shop to get them to organize rescue to our location. He somehow survived 80 to 90% second and third-degree burns, but coded so many times he ended up with severe brain damage from oxygen deprivation. He lost his eyes, his sense of smell and taste, and much of his sense of touch. I think he lost his hearing too from the noise of it too. Oh my god, that's so sad. That's like the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone. You lose your vision and your hearing and your sense of touch. Oh my gosh. He's in a vegetative state in a full-time care facility now. I had frequent nightmares for years about it. The thing that stuck with me the most was since the arc blast had hit him basically right in the face, it basically boiled his skin off. I ran in and saw him ripping large pieces of his face off while he tried to bat the flames off. The smell and sight of that never goes away. Like seriously, I hope they sued the company. Because why would their supervisor tell them to do something that they weren't trained or qualified to do? Right? Like people are trained for a position for a reason. Why would the supervisor pressure them to work on stuff that they don't even know how to use? That's freaking sad, man. My cousin dove into the shallow end of the pool while drinking, paralyzed, and life was never the same. This is why you just don't even go swimming when you're drinking. An ex-girlfriend of mine, lovely person, was out at a restaurant or bar with a friend one night. They had a meal and played pool. When they left, for some reason, she drove his car. I don't know why, but I know that when she and I were together, she asked to drive my car just for the experience of driving a different car. Maybe that was it. And I imagine driving in someone else's car, you take a few extra seconds to adjust the seat and mirrors and get your bearings. Unbeknownst to her, a teenager was driving a Mustang nearby. He was pissed because someone passed him a mile earlier and his ego was hurt. He decided to catch up to the guy and floor the Mustang, getting up to speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour. As my ex pulled out of the parking lot to cross the median, she had no way of seeing the Mustang barreling towards her over a hill. He crashed into her, killing her and her passenger. 2 seconds earlier or later and they would have not made contact. I went to his trial. I remember her poor mother sitting there stone-faced while testimony was given. Several lives were ruined in that moment. My ex was only 26. She never got married, never had kids, and never found her way in life. That's so sad. Man, wow, if she didn't drive that person's car, it wouldn't have happened. How crazy is that? The fact that, she had to adjust the mirrors, adjust the seats, check everything is good, and then she can drive, and that caused her life. That's so sad. And it definitely wasn't even a mistake if that's how fast he's driving. Right, like he wanted to catch up to someone, that's why he's driving that fast, so it was not a mistake what he was doing. Oh, well, it does say he only got 4 years in prison. 4 years for killing two people, ruining the lives of everyone who knows them, right? Ruining the lives of two families? 4 years? That's it. He was excited to see a band. He decided to slide down the escalator wall between the up and down as he went to Subway. Tripped, fell 2 stories-ish, and that was the end. What do you mean he slid down the escalator wall between the up and down? Like he just jumped down like that? When I was a teenager, my dad and this dude had beef with each other. My dad was dating this guy's ex-wife, and he didn't like that. They bumped into each other at a bar and exchanged some words. My dad left the bar and the dude was waiting for him outside. A car rolled up and somebody handed the dude a handgun. He pointed at his head from about 2 feet away and pulled the trigger. Luckily for my father, the gun jammed. My pops wasn't taking any chances, so he took off running. The dude cleared the gun and emptied the clip, missing all but one shot that hit my dad in the back. My dad was already downtown and the hospital was only a couple blocks away, or so he thought. Unluckily for him, the hospital was under renovation and preparing for relocation. When he saw that it was under construction, he slumped over and called 911 for an ambulance. The surgeons removed his kidney because it was too damaged to repair and survived. The dude got an attempted murder charge and almost 15 years in prison. Wow, all of that just for an ex? Right? Someone who doesn't even love you anymore. That's not very smart, is it? Jeez. The thing that shocks me is the fact that they were just so casual about it. Like the dude, literally his mate just handed him a gun and then he just pointed it at someone's head. What the hell? What is wrong with people? I had a friend who got into his car drunk with 5 other people, flipped the car and killed one of the passengers. He went from being this charming, good-looking, likable guy to a shut-in and was seen as a monster to a lot of people in the community. He ended up committing suicide about a year after the accident. He was seriously broken about what had happened. Man, sad for everyone, but I don't feel bad for anyone who drunk drives. I feel bad for the people who are affected by it, but like if you're gonna drunk drive with 5 people in the car with you, you have no respect for their lives, that's for sure. So like you can't really expect people to feel bad for you when that happens. Do you know what I mean? A kid I went to high school with wasn't going to graduate and decided to protest by speeding and doing wheelies on the road in front of the school. On his 3rd round, he passes a pickup truck, hooks his leg on the bumper and is thrown from the bike right on his head, snapping his neck. That's so scary. What the hell? The man that killed my grandfather had never so much as had a speeding ticket. He was married with kids and fell behind on rent. My grandfather, that was in his 80s, worked for the company that rented this guy his home for extra money. Grandpa couldn't reach him about his rent, so went and did a welfare check. The guy panicked and murdered my grandfather. Destroyed more than 1 life in a matter of 30 seconds. Wait, why? Why would he kill someone over rent? If you can't pay it, why would you have to murder someone? Huh? I mean, it does say that he panicked, but why is it the first thing they think of when they panic? Oh, I gotta kill this person so I don't gotta pay rent. Well, now you're gonna spend your life in prison. Pretty successful woman at a company I worked got drunk, took an Uber home from a party, realized she left the keys to her apartment behind, so she decided to climb up to her 2nd-story balcony to get a spare set. She slipped, paralyzed herself, couldn't work for a year, racked up ridiculous medical debt, and the pandemic left her position useless, so she was let go. Wow. She did all the right things. I mean, like, you know, she didn't drive home drunk kind of thing. She just forgot something. I guess the only wrong thing she did was just climb up her apartment. But like, that's like something, I feel like something common that someone would just do if they left the keys behind. They're obviously not going to go back for it if they're already at home, right? Obviously, they're just going to be like, well, I can probably climb up here and go through the window and then it'll all be good. But it wasn't good. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!